Okay, here we go. Second matchup of the day. And unfortunately last on Mega Man 3, because our first matchup was a draw, was by default because Hiruma couldn't be here. But here we have Carica against King Kuma on the Magnet Man stage. And Carica with an early death, unfortunately. So King Kuma does take the lead here. So far, King Kuma, perfect health. But Carica not far behind. King Kuma is gonna have to make some serious mistakes though if Carica wants to catch up. Oh, but King Kuma, low on health but does get through. But they are neck and neck now. Carica was able to get past that segment much faster. And now King Kuma also with a death. So now they're both on one death each, but unfortunately that's going to cost King Kuma a lot more than Carica's death cost him, because it's going back all the way to the beginning of the stage. In the meantime, Carica is flying through. So a big gap here that King Kuma is gonna have to make up if they want to have a chance to win this. But obviously anything can happen. Let's see if King Kuma can get past this segment now without losing as much life as last time. And Kuma taking longer now on this segment than he did last time. Gonna have to step it up now. And now he's past it. Carica though with a huge lead here. Let's see what happens. King Kuma also quite low on life. Let's see if they can stay alive. Carica flying through this here, hasn't taken much damage since that beginning portion. Oh, and unfortunately King Kuma with a second death, making that that gap between them even larger as Carica gets the Magnet Man. But HP is quite low and Carica dies, so a second death for Carica now. But still very close to the boss, can just go right back into it. King Kuma with a very big gap though, so if Carica can manage to stay alive here and get this, almost assured the win at this point. Both competitors had trouble with that little sub-boss there, and unfortunately for King Kuma, had to go through it 3 times. Carica about halfway through this boss, but quite low on health. Let's see if they can make it, although if King Kuma can't get there, Carica's gonna get it by default, but Carica now on 1 HP point. Must really be feeling this pressure and dies, unfortunately.
No. Game over. God
so that's a game over for Carica. Now, if King Kuma can get that far, they might win by default. We'll have to see how the ref sees this. But if King Kuma cannot make it to that boss, or anyway, not as far as Carica did, it will be a win for Carica, even if with the game over. But let's see. King Kuma still in this now. Actually got very lucky that Carica got that game over because of that huge time differential. So let's see now. It all comes down to how King Kuma can do for the rest of this run, and if they do make it to the boss, if they can not die. But having a bit of trouble now with this platforming segment. Meantime, Carica is running it back despite the game over. Let's see if they can make a better run of this now. Carica also has to be wishing that King Kuma had some. Oh, and King Kuma really struggling with this platforming segment. Must really be kicking himself here. And gets off, but again falls, keeps falling unfortunately at the same part. And Carica actually back to the same spot where King Kuma is, and goes through it quite easily, and again King Kuma keeps falling at exactly the same part, really has to be kicking himself. I wonder if this is something that they managed to do in training and just now because of the pressure's getting to them, or if this was actually something they were struggling with in training. We'll have to find out after the match. And Kuma going to Rush. Let's see if Rush can help them get through this. Fun fact, Mega Man 3 is the first game to include Rush as a just as a character in the game. And for those who don't know, Rush is the dog who's sort of Mega Man's assistant. Mega Man 3 is also the first game to include the slide maneuver, something I mentioned in the previous match, which obviously became a staple. And also the first game to include Proto Man, Mega Man's brother. So a lot of things were included in this game that then became, part of the series. And King Kuma really having a lot of trouble in this platforming stage, just can't get through it. And if they can't get through this, then it's going to be a win for Carica, because Carica went further in the run. But King Kuma not giving up, just keeps falling down and keeps getting back up. You have to admire that. Really hoping here that they're going to be able to get past this point in the game. Really painful to watch almost, but Carica in the meantime back on the bus, back to Magnet Man. Let's see if they make a better run of it on this second try. Oh, come on, King Kuma. It keeps falling down the same way. This is painful to watch. I really am curious if this is something they were able to do in training and are just kind of choking now, or if they really just couldn't get this in training, or maybe didn't train on this stage. It's true that we have to remember that it was a random stage that was rolled, and it was tricky to practice for every single stage. So maybe it is a stage that they weren't able to practice. Carica did get the win on the boss,